Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving infinite praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruchakwadash. Giving double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom and salutation to all you sensei Akim across the four winds, pushing this truth with sincerity of heart. I'm your fellow servant, Kasama from the DC camp, coming at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash, to feed the elect. Now, I just want to make a quick video, man, of straight up deception and robbery. Another great example of Babylon the Great and how you should never put your hopes as Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We shouldn't have our hopes in this society and everything and anything that this society offers, all right? And it's really indicative, man, of where we are, man. This is out of unilad.com. It says, woman who won $43 million was offered a steak dinner instead of her winnings by a casino. All right. This is dated January 8th, 2023. So it says, now check this out. It says, would you rather have $43 million or a steak dinner? Unfortunately, one woman wasn't left with much choice even after hitting the jackpot on a slot machine, all right? And it's talking about so-called black women, which, I mean, out of all of Israel, out of all of the nation of Israel, the so-called black women, man, from the tribe of Judah, she's really the one with the most hope in Babylon than anybody else. She has complete faith in Babylon and the authorities of Babylon. That's why when she has an issue with her Israelite man, the first person she calls is the authorities. And in any case, from like domestic arguments they might have to child support, alimony, everything, you can name it. So it's funny to see this, right? It says Katrina Bookman was playing the slots at the Resorts World Casino in Jamaica, Queens, when she secured what would have been the largest slot machine jackpot in U.S. history. All right, $42 million. Wow, $42,949,662. I mean, that's. It says she took a selfie with the machine to mark the moment, and later said her whole body went numb when she saw the life-changing figure. All right, so her hopes skyrocketed, because that's enough money, if you manage that type of money. I mean, of course, minus taxes, especially you talking about New York taxes is crazy. So she probably would have ended up with half of that, which is not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like $21 million is not bad, especially from somebody who's most likely living under the poverty line, as the majority of our people are, especially so-called black women. I mean, there's all that feminism and strong, independent mindset doesn't change the numbers and the fact that the average so-called black woman has less than $1,000 in her bank account and next to no savings. So, I mean, feminism has clearly failed women in their treacherous ways. So this is just adding salt into injury. It says Bookman was told to come back the next day to discuss her winnings. But when she had asked an employee what she be walking away with, he responded, "You didn't win nothing." Damn, I mean, that'd be a question. The New York State Gaming Commission said Bookman's machine had malfunctioned and that she actually won just $2.25. All right. So now you got the casino and then you got the New York State Gaming Commission in cahoots, right, to make sure this woman doesn't get her winnings. It says the machine had a disclaimer stating malfunctions void all pays and plays. And as a result, the commission said that they were required by law to give Bookman only what she had actually won. All right, so you got a disclaimer stating that if the machine malfunctions, everything is voided. But the funny thing is, it's not malfunctioning when you're losing, because you could keep playing and losing, but there's no malfunction with the machine if you're losing. But if you win in big bucks, then oh yeah, the machine malfunction. That type of low life, low, just grimy robbery, like in your face, just you know, man, just sickening, bro. It says, as a gesture of goodwill, as a gesture of goodwill, the casino offered Bookman a complimentary steak dinner. Though that's hardly something to cheer about when you think you won enough money to eat steak for the rest of your life. So that's Miss Bookman right there. And she was looking at that number like, man, my life is about to change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for better or worse, because she probably had a couple of niggas in her family that probably put her out of her misery. The jealousy amongst niggas, crabs in a barrel. It says a spokesperson for Resorts World, Dan Bank, told CNN upon being notified of the situation, casino personnel were able to determine that the figure displayed on the penny slot was the result of an obvious malfunction, a fact later confirmed by the New York State Gaming Commission. After explaining the circumstances to Miss Bookman, we offered to pay her the correct amount that was shown on a printed ticket. Machine malfunctions are rare, and we would like to extend our apologies to Ms. Bookman for any inconvenience this may have caused. The year after she had thought she'd won, Bookman's lawyer filed a lawsuit and described the casino's claim as ridiculous. Well, of course you got to get a lawyer. And this is a good claim right here. This is a good lawyer, because check this out. It says, the lawyer says, you can't claim a machine that's broken because you want it to be broken. Does that mean it wasn't inspected? Which that's a good question. So you have a machine that's not inspected. People keep playing and losing, and it's okay. Does it mean it wasn't maintained? Ripka told CNN at the time. And if so, does that mean that people that played there before Bookman had zero chance of winning? There you go. So it was okay for the machine to malfunction as long as people losing a lot of money. But when she win that big bank, they're like, oh nah, this thing was malfunctioning. This is Babylon at its best. This is the United States of America at its best. The case was ultimately settled out of court. See, they understood that, she had great claim, and anybody that played on that machine could have came back and say, they could have came back in receipts and say, listen, I spent $10K on this machine. Are you telling me it malfunction? Can I get my money back? You know what I'm saying? So it's again, I just want to bring this out. Something this small, right? It says after realizing she'd only be walking away with a couple of dollars, Bookman, who grew up in foster care and raised 4 children as a single mother, commented, all I could think about was my family. Yeah, well, of course she's a single mother. You already know. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, this video is not about bashing her, personally. It's about, just exposing Babylon the Great as this low-life, dirty, grimy nation that it is on all levels. And, the faith, the unfortunate faith that our people have in this nation, man, in this city. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. All right, it says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. All right, so the bloody city in this case, because back then, of course, it was Nineveh, but spiritually, when you move forward, the prophecy is talking about, that great bloody city, which is known as the United States of America, Babylon the Great. All right, it is full of lies and robbery. What you just witnessed right there was full of lies and robbery. And the prayer, who to pray? The prayer you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that keep putting your faith in this place, man. And you're going to keep getting burnt. You're just gonna keep getting burnt. Of course, they was able to settle out of court. You don't know, the amount that they gave her, but regardless, if they gave her, even if they gave her $1 million, if they settle out of court for $1 million, because the lawyer got to get paid. So she's still gonna probably end up with a couple 100,000. It's not bad, but it's not $42 million that she was owed according to the machine. Now although they were said malfunction, it's listen, it's Edomite 101, lies and deceivers, man. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of for a reason. Job 14:31, it says, "Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense." All right. So you trust in Babylon, you're gonna be deceived. You trust in vanity. At the end of the day, this place is gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. In the climax of the Third World War, it's gonna turn into a lake of fire. And this is one of the many reasons as to why. It says on Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 34:1, it says, "The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools." All right, for false dreams that lead you to keep having hope. Hope is a powerful thing, man. But it has to be, you have to have hope on the right thing. It says, "Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind." And that amount of money that she saw on that machine it was nothing but a shadow in the wind. She ain't get none of that money. She might have, like I said, it's settled out of court, but the amount that they settled out of court, I bet you it's like maybe less than 5% off the money that she could have claimed, off that machine, And it's sad, man. But that's what Israel has decided to put their faith on this, man. But as far as the unrighteousness, man, Yahweh Shah's going to settle all of this, man. He's going to settle all of this in the eyes of the whole world, man, by bringing fire to this place. So this is Isaiah chapter 11, and I'm going to go straight to 4. It says, "But with righteousness shall he judge the poor." It's talking about Yahweh Shah. It says, "But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth." All right. "And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked." All right. So it's gonna be beams, laser beams, flying, out of the chariots, blasting people up, man. And then ultimately the nukes are gonna, is gonna basically clean the sons of the wicked. The majority of Edomites they're gonna be destroyed in this nuclear warfare. All right, and the remaining are gonna go into slavery for 1,000 years, and then after that is bye, baby. No more wicked casinos and wicked transactions. So like this is I'm gonna finish with it. This is Psalms 98:9. And I'm gonna start at 6. "With the trumpets and sound of cornet, make a joyful noise before the Lord the King. Let the sea roar and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Let the floods clap their hands, and let the hills be joyful together before the Lord Yahweh Shah, for he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity." All right, that's what we need. We need judgment. Justice, judgment, and equity, man. Not this nonsense from the devil. But basically, that's all I want to bring forth, man. This is Babylon the Great at its fullest, total robbery, full of lies, man. Kahalayim la Yahweh Shema Shah, double honors to our apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutation to you. Say, Akim, stay strong, stay faithful, because I'm a guy from the DC camp. Shalom.